From this video, we are going to discuss a new chapter, that is Kingdom Plantae or Plant Kingdom. This is our third chapter in unit Diversity of Living Organism. बेटा प्लांट की क्लासिफिकेशन करन तो पहले ਆਪਾਂ प्लांट्स ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੇਨ ਕਰੈਕਟਰਿਸਟਿਕ ਫੀਚਰ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਡਿਸਕਸ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। जिस टाइम आप प्लांट्स ਨੂੰ डिस्कस करते हैं सब तो पहले अपने माइंड ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ग्रीन प्लांट्स which can perform the function of photosynthesis, and this kingdom includes all eukaryotic chlorophyll containing organisms called plants. The second main characteristic feature of the plants is cell wall, and this cell wall is made up of cellulose. Cells contain central vacuole and have reserve food in the form of starch and fats. Locomotion is absent in the plants except some unicellular forms. Reproduction is both sexual as well as asexual. In Kingdom Plantae, we will discuss algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms as well as angiosperms. Now we will come to the classification of the plant kingdom. Plant kingdom has two subkingdoms, cryptogams and phanerogams. Cryptogams are flowerless or seedless plants. Flowering or seed bearing plants are known as the phanerogams. These phanerogams are also known as the spermatophytes. First we will discuss the cryptogams or the seedless plants. It has three main groups: Thallophyta, Bryophyta, and third group is the Pteridophyta. Thallophyta, under the Thallophyta we will discuss algae and fungi. Phyta means plants and thallo means thallus. The meaning of thallus is the plants which are not divisible into true root, true stem and true leaves. Algae, the branch of science which deals with the study of algae, is known as phycology or algology. Mainly the algae is divisible into three subclasses, that is green algae, brown algae and red algae. Green algae is also known as chlorophyceae. The form and size of the algae is highly variable. These may be unicellular, filamentous or the colonial form. Unicellular form of algae is known as Chlamydomonas. बेटा तुसी Chlamydomonas ਦਾ ਸਟਰਕਚਰ 7th ਜਾਂ 8th ਕਲਾਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੜਿਆ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਲੋਰੋਪਲਾਸਟ ਹੈ, that is cup shaped chloroplast. In the Spirogyra, ribbon shaped chloroplast. And third, the colonial form of algae is volvox. Brown algae is also known as Phaeophyceae and its example is Sargassum. Red algae, Rhodophyceae, also known as Rhodophyceae, and its example is Porphyra. The most primitive form of the algae is Cyanophyceae, or it is also known as blue-green algae. Its main example is nostoc. Nostoc. In the nostoc, here and there are present the heterocyst. The structure of the nostoc is like this. Here and there are present the heterocyst. These specialized structures which are known as heterocyst, which help in the nitrogen fixation. In this filamentous form, it is covered by a mucilaginous layer or slimy layer. Are eukaryotic, simple, thalloid and autotrophic plants. Fungi, the group of fungi we will discuss in the separate kingdom. These are the non-chlorophyllous plants and the plant body is known as hyphae. The second group is known as the bryophytes. Bryophytes are first non-vascular terrestrial plants of moist habitat, and these in the bryophytes root system is completely absent and vegetative propagation is quite common in the bryophytes. Bryophytes are divisible into three main classes: liverworts, hornworts and mosses. Under the liverwort we will discuss the example of Markensia, hornworts example Anthoceros, and under the mosses we will discuss the Funaria. These bryophytes, they are also known as amphibians of plant kingdom because water is essential for the fertilization. That is why the bryophytes are known as amphibians of plant kingdom, or these are also known as terrestrial amphibians. Next subkingdom is the phanerogamy or the spermatophytes. First we will discuss the pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are first vascular seedless land plants. Vascular means vascular tissue is present, that is xylem and phloem is present. First vascular seedless plants, and they reproduce by means, seeds are absent, so they reproduce by means of the spores. Next is the second subkingdom, that is the phanerogamy or the spermatophyta. Spermatophyta includes all seed plants. This division includes two classes, gymnosperms and the angiosperms. Gymnosperms were first seed plants, and seed formation occurred for the first time in the pteridosperms. That is, now they become extinct, and this is the fossil group in the gymnosperms. Gymnosperms are most primitive seed plants in which ovules are not enclosed by the ovary wall, and gymnosperms are commonly called as phanerogames without ovary, or these are also known as the non-flowering plants. Non-flowering plants. And next is the angiosperms, which are also known as the flowering plants or anthophytes. These are also known as anthophytes. These plants are highly evolved and advanced group of plants as compared to the gymnosperms. The term angiosperm means enclosed seeds. Seeds are produced inside the fruits, which not only provide protection but also helps in the dispersal of the seeds. Main plants represent sporophytic generation, while gametophytic generation is highly reduced and dependent on the sporophyte. Or here you simply know these are the flowering plants, and here the seeds are enclosed within the ovary. And these are divisible into two main groups. These are the dicots and the monocots. The smallest angiosperm is Wolffia. This is a aquatic plant. Aquatic plant less than 0.1 mm, and tallest angiosperm is Eucalyptus regens. Angiosperms have special reproductive structures known as flowers. In the next videos we will discuss all these different categories one by one. We would be talking about mosses, ferns, thallophytes as well as the gymnosperms. In this video we come to know that how these plants are classified, and in the next video first we will discuss the algae, and in this video we will just help us to understand how these plants are classified and arrange them by taking their different characteristic features. Okay, thank you.